Welcome back. Mitessh is joining us back for BTST calls. Mitessh, once again, the dip has been bought. Your thoughts and your BTST calls?
Anuj, that's right. I think, we've kind of recovered very nicely. But as I said, I think my only worry is that some of the indicator setups have been disturbed. So I think after a rally, this could signal to more of consolidation. What one should look at is possibly the intraday high made today, 245. So 14,250 broadly and 14,020.50, which is the lower end of the range. I think could be the range for next few days. In case we immediately start getting past 14,250, we'll possibly add on to a long position. But slowly we've cut down, taken about 1/3 positions off the table, booked profits, and now waiting to see whether this goes into a consolidation or a continuation. So for the time being, that's the kind of view. Also exploring one or two short positions on stock side. I have one buy and one sell. GAIL is a buy with a stop at 130 for targets of 142, and HPCL, if it breaks 217, that's the pivot or trigger. Below that, sell with a stop at 222 for a target of 207.
Okay, Mitessh, thanks a lot for that. By the way, that's a very strong, retail number which is flashing from IDFC First Bank. I think that stock, of course, has been trying to catch up for a bit, but 41% jump in deposits year on year and 11% quarter on quarter looks like a very good number.
But I guess a low base would also work in. I mean, it's a young new bank, Anuj. So
you know what, it will. But retail deposit up 100% year on year and 18% quarter on quarter. So I think you can't scoff at these numbers. And I think for longest the market's bet on IDFC First Bank has been with Mr. V. Vaidyanathan, right? Whether he can turn this around. And I think we had them. In fact, we had Mr. Vaidyanathan yesterday, and he was making some sound noise. And this is a good number. So it's a stock which has done absolutely nothing. So to be compared to its some of its peers. So that way, I think for now, with the banking being a bit of a in charmed area, I think that one's doing well right now.
Oh yes, and it's along the lines that he always describes, looking to build a franchise more on retail deposits, which are more steady than corporate deposits or wholesale deposits, which can be skittish, which is why the wholesale deposit has actually come down. That number's down 26% year on year. Okay, on that note, let's now move to our next segment, D Street Chatter. Nimesh is joining in. Nimesh, so some more volatility today as well. What's the word out there?
Hi, Sibis. As you rightly pointed out, a bit of volatile of late, at least in the last 1 hour of trade. Off highs as well, but in terms of flows, the flows are still very positive, is what I understand from the FI desk. So that trend continues. The mid caps and small caps relatively outperforms, so even that trend continues. But surprisingly, even before the market gave up a bit in the intraday, there was a feedback from the dealing rooms that some of the smart HNIs have started hedging their positions to some extent in anticipation of a fall. So maybe some bit of correction is around the corner. It's been long anticipated. It's not happening for sure of many days, but that can be possible, and hence some bit of hedging is also been done by the larger institutions. But as far as flows are concerned, they are still very positive. But watch out for US clues. That may give a bit of a hint as to how markets react in the near term. But mid caps continues. Flows are positive. So it's been a kind of a volatile day, but at least from a flow point of view, that seems to be on the positive side.
Okay, by the way, IDFC First Bank is not stopping here. Just look at that move. It's almost a vertical move since we spoke about that. Just pull out that stock once again, and there it is. Big move. Just see tick by tick as well, and this massive move. Market's hungry actually for stock ideas. That is also true. I mean, these numbers perhaps in 5 months back, 6 months back wouldn't have moved the needle, but right now they are. Nimesh, what about stocks?
Well, in terms of individual stocks, Anuj, the first stock on my radar is PNC Infra. There is a very large block deal today, and the stock is under pressure. I understand some of the promoted entities have sold, and some domestic mutual funds were buyers. So, the details will be closely monitored post evening today if there is an official confirmation on what has been told. So, that's something to watch out for. The second stock is Yes Bank. It's been quite steady for the last couple of days, but there are large delivery volumes happening, and I believe one of the leading, bank treasury has been a seller in Yes Bank of late. That seems to be kind of over. So maybe that supply overhang is out of the way, and maybe you'll see a bit of a reaction in that stock. So watch out for Yes Bank in the near future. The third stock is Godrej Properties. Again, some lot of HNI action in today's trade. Of course, it's a Wednesday, so there is an anticipation that maybe the Maharashtra cabinet will approve that all waiting 50% cut in premium FSI. So that could be a big trigger for Godrej Properties. So that's buzzing in trade. And the last stock is GAIL. Some fresh buying interest in that particular stock. And there was a Morgan Stanley note as well in the morning, putting a positive catalyst on the stock with a target price of 161. So, even GAIL is buzzing in trade today. So these are a few stocks that I've picked up today.
Okay, all right, Nimesh, thank you very much for getting us the update on all of those stocks today. Well, with that, let's move on and welcome in Mayuresh Joshi of William O'Neill into the conversation. Mayuresh, thanks for joining in. Greetings of the new year to you, first of all. Market is in an overdrive of sorts. So let me ask you about, some of the real estate plays, because the big chatter has been around this perhaps the turn of a cycle in realty. Are you looking to buy anything?
So afternoon, Surbhi. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you and the entire team at TV18 as well. So as Nimesh was pointing out, if you probably look at the real estate data points, Mumbai registration's gone through the roof ever since the stamp duty cut had got announced. So yeah, Mumbai realty-based players probably in a sweet spot. A lot of the inventory probably getting off their books. Though no new launches have probably come through very aggressively in the last few quarters. I think the expectations in terms of working from home, the mobility that is probably required in terms of having larger houses. And again, I think I was reading through and browsing through a few of the reports, and Knight Frank has come out with a report as well, where even the commercial offtake for a few cities like Bangalore, Pune, Chennai has been pretty good as well. So yeah, I think the sector is back in focus. Godrej Properties has done phenomenally well within the sector itself. Mumbai-based players, I think, so we have a look at a player like Suntech Realty. Purely Mumbai-based, the offtake that is happening in terms of its existing projects in Borivali, ODC, BKC as well, and the sales velocity thereof in terms of the new launch that it has done, the EBITDA margins that it posts, and the very, very low leverage that it carries on the balance sheet. I think it makes a very, very solid case from the next few quarters earnings perspectives, in my opinion.
Okay, Mayuresh, stay on. We have more questions for you. For now, the market is really all over the place. It's suffice to say it's off the lowest point of the day, but at higher levels, there is some bit of selling as well, but no stopping individual stocks. Cement, of course, has been doing well. HDFC Life, the most recent breakout is IDFC First Bank. That still is at the highest point of the day. So a lot of these individual stocks doing well. Look at the Movinci Cement now, for example, 4% higher right now on that stock. We will take a break and we'll come back and count down to the market close.